Disclaimer, the comments made in this video are intended for entertainment purposes only and are not intended to offend anyone. In case you haven't heard, people are still broken about the elections. I'm here to enjoy that. Thank you for being here. You should really hit that like and subscribe button. The comment will flow later. Okay, into the thick of it.
Sorry, I don't speak MAGA. Yeah, I have a college degree.
Oh, burn.
If you're still sad that Kamala Harris didn't win the election, I sure am happy that she didn't win the election because this is her hometown.
Is Mr. Smith there? How long you been living here for?
Oh, I don't live here. I just visit.
Just visit.
Yes, people are shocked that an incompetent out-of-the-blue diversity hire didn't win the biggest seat in the country. You guys, the love has been crazy, just overwhelming, truly.
Just got out of the shower. We are floor sitting. I wanted to talk about something I've been seeing on this app. So I've been seeing a lot of women who are saying that they've broken up with their Republican boyfriends following the results of this election. And you have me f***ed up because why are you still dating Republicans? I didn't know that we were still doing that. Furthermore, why are you confused? Why are you shocked by this outcome? I understand there were people who were duped by men who, advocated and said that they would vote in your interest and then backstabbed you, and that must be god-awful. May that love never find me. But you know what? It doesn't find me, because if a man tells me he's a Republican, I don't trust him anymore. What happened? What's not connecting? And I'm not saying this to be doubling down on the pain that you're likely experiencing, but I am concerned about how you're confused with this outcome. What did you think was going to happen? Be serious. Anyway, I'm glad at least that people are waking up. I thought we were already awake.
I thought they were awake too, honestly. How does batshit crazy couple up with logic? That's like the most insane thing ever.
Something that really bothers me and makes me so mad, I can feel it in my bone marrow, my renal tubules, my mesenteric artery, I literally feel it there, is when people use the word woke as an offensive statement, or they're trying to be like we can't do that anymore because people are too woke. Oh, the Democratic Party isn't surviving because there's too many woke people. I don't know when it was an offensive thing to tell someone that they're awokened or they're awakened. It would be different if they were oh, those Democrats are slept. They're sleeping. I feel like conservatives are slept. Democrats are woke because we're eyes open, we understand what's really happening out there, but conservatives are slept. They're just slept over. They're in their bed with their footy pajamas on, comforter way over their head, eyes closed. They're I don't want to know what's really out there because it's too hard to stand up for people. It's too hard. It's too hard to do it. I can't do it. But Democrats, on the other hand, I don't really align with Democrats. But anyway, people on the other side of the argument, are woke because we realize that, it's not nice to say, offensive jokes. It's not nice to be racist. It's not nice to take women's rights away. It's not nice to promote ideology that affects people that don't align with you. It's not nice to say everyone's Christian when we know that's not true. It's not nice to call, Middle Easterns all terrorists because that's not true. So it's just very frustrating when people say that. But then again, they're slept.
Says the all-knowing freedom fighter clad in Fendi and gold hoops. Lady, have a great day. Have you guys met the Einstein of politics? Well, she has a theory.
Shocked, confused as to why a majority of white women would vote for Trump, Why would they cut off their nose to spite their face? Hello, they are white women. That's their thing, okay? These white women are so right-wing that they believe that their whiteness will comfort, will shield them from their womanhood. White womanhood is presented as the ideal version of being a woman. And as Judith Butler says, there is kind of validation that you get from performing gender correctly. And these white women adore that. They're addicted to it. It's a feeling that just, it fills them with so much joy. So when patriarchy becomes more stricter, like we have seen in the USA, you know, with the repeal of abortion rights, they lean further into patriarchy. Combine that with the economic conditions as well, you know, unemployment, you know, things being too expensive, women saying that they don't want to work because I'm just a girl. I just don't want to work because I'm just a girl. You're gonna see more people leaning to right-wing ideologies. These women believe themselves exceptional. They are constantly chasing this ideal womanhood of being the perfect woman, which is obviously a fantasy because men will always move the goalpost, you know, and until you are no longer really a person. That, alongside with white women not seeing women of colour as real women or allies or anyone that they can side with because they can't really empathize with them because they're so blooming racist, like just so racist that it'll shield them from any solidarity with other women. So yeah, that's why loads and loads of white women voted for Trump.
So close, yet so wrong. They just made a choice that aligned more with their values. Sorry about abortion rights not being a value.
I hope you Republicans are happy because I'm about to become so f***ing gay, it's unbelievable. If you guys think that I'm ever touching a man again, you got another f***ing gay thing coming. Oh, you voted for Trump because you wanted to bring back traditional American family values? I'm about to munch so much box that if you were in my vicinity, you would go up in flames. Being gay is a choice, being gay is a choice. Yeah, I'm bisexual and I'm about to choose to be so gay that the wheels fall off of your car. I am literally never kissing a man again in Trump's America. Like, it's not happening. If you guys lost me, like, congratulations. You won the war, but you lost the bisexual battle.
Well, shiver me timbers. I have never been more sad in my entire life. No, we need your great genetics to keep society. Oh, please don't go.
So, every time I feel my anger over the results of the election starting to subside, and I start feeling like I can maybe lead with compassion and think with compassion, I will inevitably read the stupidest take from that orange taint of a man and reach levels of anger I haven't reached before over him and over everybody who voted for him. And I fear this is going to be a cycle that I will not be able to get myself out of. And that may just be the Aries inside of me just coming out, or that may just be an excuse I'm trying to find. But regardless.
Yes, it's about your star sign, not your paranoia. You are so right. Just keep breathing.
Woke up this morning so disappointed in America, and I just want to say, if you contributed to putting a xenophobic, homophobic, misogynistic, racist, transphobic, convicted felon in office, I mean this in the most hateful, disrespectful way possible. I hope the next 4 years of your life are the worst 4 years that you've ever had, because you need a wake-up call.
Well, I guess we shall see, Tatiana.
I think we severely underestimated the amount of women around us who will never be able to stop seeking the approval and validation of the white men around them. And y'all really exposed yourself with the results of this election. These white women who voted against our interests, these are the women that we went to high school with, that we were best friends with in college, that we played sports with our whole life. But they chose to listen to their dads. They chose to listen to their boyfriends or their husbands. They chose to put the interests of the white men around them in their lives above the interests of women, above the interests of minorities, above the interests of oppressed people. I will never be able to wrap my mind around that. How you can be a highly educated woman, see how women around you are being treated, see how minorities around you are being treated, and still choose to value the opinion of the white men around you the most and vote for their interests. One of the most important women in my life married a rich white man, and she chose to vote for his interests instead of the interests of her 3 daughters. The silence from all of these women right now who could not bring themselves to vote for Harris, to vote for another woman in this election, is shameful, and we will not forget.
Now hold on, isn't it misogynistic to assume that the only reason women float one way is because they are dumb? Coming from an obvious racist feminist, that's a bit iffy.
Hey, it's your Aunt Dolly, and I'm checking in on you. In this post-election, gearing up for the holiday season, November moment that we're in, tensions may be running high, emotions are running high, anxiety might be running high for you. When was the last time you drank water, and how much water have you had today, sweetie? Have you eaten today? When was our last meal or snack? Do you need some fresh air? Can you crack a window or maybe go for a short walk? When was the last time you were outside? If your phone hasn't left your hand and you've been doom scrolling, let's try and put it down. Can we put on a comfort TV show? Can we read a little? Go for a walk maybe? Have you had an opportunity to text or call or be with someone you love or care about? I love you.
I don't even know the dude, but I feel like I'm being groomed. Sir, you need to go outside, and please get those nails trimmed or something. Sigh? Okay, sweetie, maybe you need to listen to that creep from the previous clip. Go outside or whatever he said.
It should come as no surprise to you at this point that I am not interested in any way, shape, or form of being attached, connected to, friends with, whatever you want to call it, with anyone. I don't care if we have history together, even if it's good history together. I don't care to be friends with anyone that was a Trump voter, or that is a MAGA sympathizer, a far-right enabler, or that decided to sit this one out. Sorry, not sorry. We can't be friends anymore. If you've been following me along this whole time, I'm pretty sure you figured out that inevitably it might come to this. And here we are. I can't in good conscience align myself with someone that willingly aligns themselves with a dictator, a fascist, a racist, a sexist, a misogynist, a bigot, a criminal. And that, shamefully, is just a small percentage of the long list that I could come up with if I kept going. But let's take DT out of the equation, because it goes even further than that. I can't in good conscience align myself with someone or someones that align themselves with others that think this kind of language and this kind of treatment of others is okay. Just make my sandwich. Settle down, sir. You will be fine. Crybaby. Put your mask back on and STFU. Shave your head so you can stand out. All I see is a spiteful woman who didn't get her way. And this is from a woman. You're just mad because I didn't vote for camel, fill in the blank, rhymes with bro. Not gonna vote for somebody that wants to be a commie. Angry liberal female. No one on the right gives a rat's ass about your out of touch BS. Sit back and enjoy the ride. You're in MAGA country now. Move if you don't like it. Effing traitor. Are you legal? Let's see your birth certificate. Bye, Felicia. Bye, Karen. Hail President Trump. You need a man. You are a man. You're sad because you think we care what you think. Relax, biche. And this one's also from a woman. It was just an election. We don't have to make a big deal about it. Nothing will happen to you or me. And here's another one from a woman. We are all Americans. Can't we just move on and make this country great? Stop the whining. Evil witch didn't win. You can take your trash and leave. You're upset because now you gotta get a job. Go get bent. Here's another one from a woman. When he was president, I personally witnessed significant lower prices at the gas pump. Swallow, I'm gonna say that. Proud MAGA here. Piss on liberal socialist Democrats. And we better off with half-breeds? Shut up already. Don't talk about your daddy Don. Shut up, libtard. Lady, shut it. Truck it, but using the one with the S. Envy don't wear well on you. You took the same public speaking class as Madam VP.
And she went on for at least 5 more minutes. In conclusion,
And then you still chose to vote for Trump for whatever reason. Whether you voted for him because of the economy, whether you voted for him because of the immigration, whether you voted for him because of something else. Whatever misinformation you went with, or whatever selfish reason you ended up moving forward with. Which the irony of all of it is you choosing you over everyone right now is actually going to ultimately hurt you too. You can't say you're with us and then vote against us, because a vote for Trump is a vote against all of us. And in many cases, especially if you're a woman that also did this, it's also a vote against yourself, whether you realize that now or you never realize it, or maybe you realize it later in your life. I do. The line has been drawn very clearly, and that line is not going away. If anything, it's just going to strengthen, thicken, become more prominent. I've said it before and I will say it again. A vote for Trump is a vote for racism and hatred. And whether you find other reasons to somehow rationalize it or like tell yourself that that's not the case, and even if you yourself live a life that doesn't necessarily scream that you are a racist or that you have hate in your heart or anything like that, you aligning yourself with that, you supporting that, is guilt by association. So yeah, that's it. Do what you need to do, or I'll do it for you.
A vote for Trump is a vote against your kind. So will the same apply with a vote for Kamala?
I am happily every MAGA man's worst nightmare. Like, keep those cowboy hats and those little boots away from me, baby boy. I don't want to be a part of it. I'm divorced, I'm a liberal, I don't go to church, I don't cook. I'm a nurse who believes in vaccination and modern medicine. Like, keep that yeehaw away from me.
I think liberal women overestimate their worth. I don't think any actual man cares. You're not a nightmare. You're just unwanted, that's all.
Let's talk about the fact that President Trump incited an erection.
I need to go shop for some Christmas for some editors, honestly. Okay, this one is a pre-election unhinged liberal. Sue me. I wonder if he got it lasered off.
So this is me suffering the consequences of my own actions. I just had a client send her husband into my salon and demand a refund for gift cards pre-purchased because of my stance that if you support a racist, homophobic, misogynist rapist, and you're okay with those things because you supported them, that you are in fact those things. And she was so offended by that that she said that she did not feel comfortable coming to my salon anymore. And he demanded, and I said, I don't give refunds on gift cards, but he was just being rude. And so I didn't want to deal with him anymore. And I didn't want to deal with them anyway because I knew that whole family were Trump supporters because I've been doing her for 15 years. I've been to her family functions and family events. She's given me gifts over the years. Like, she was a very good client, and I knew that she was Republican, which I don't have a problem with you being a Republican. I have a problem with you wanting to strip human rights away from people. And now it's become evidently clear that Project 2025 was the agenda, and I will stand up for human rights and suffer those consequences because I will stand up for interracial marriage. I will stand up for same marriage. I will stand up for every right of every trans person in this country. I will stand up for the rights of women and being able to decide their own bodily autonomy for themselves. I will stand up for those basic human rights. And if I lose a client because I stand up for human rights and you are offended, which by the way, if you're offended that I said that, you might want to do some inner work because the racism and the homophobia and the misogyny in this country is so deeply ingrained in your subconscious that you are unwilling to understand anything, then I can't understand it for you.
I am pleased to announce that she kept losing clients. She doesn't look like she asks about pronouns and consent to touch clients, so liberals don't really patronize her business. Sad.
I just gave a homeless man $20. I was walking out of the store and I heard someone yell, "Hey, ma'am, excuse me, I'm trying to get some food." And at first I was like, I just kept walking, and then today is just it's fucked right now. So I pull out my wallet and I see a $20 in there. I'm like, okay, this man needs some food. I'm giving him this $20 because it's crazy right now. It feels like, I just wanted to do something good. Because I don't think we're gonna have a whole lot of good in the next 4 years. So I don't know. I just gave the homeless man $20 because I just wanted to do something good while the world's gonna fall apart in 4 years. I take it out of my wallet and I turn around and he's 5 feet away from me and I just hold out this $20 and I'm like, it is crazy right now, man. You take this. He takes it and says, "God bless you," and he runs right into that store. I don't care if that man buys himself like a 6-pack of beer. I don't give a what he buys with it. There needs to be goodness in the world right now. I didn't need that $20. I didn't need it. I hope that man eats tonight. I hope he eats.
Here we go, the modern day messiah changing the world with $20 for TikTok. Lady, that $20 would get you a good hairstylist.
People always ask, what's the best way to get through the holidays if I have difficult family members? And I'm going to share with you the one sentence I use that works every single time.
Shut the f*** up!
I know things are expensive, but does that include tissues too? Okay, this one is new. Way to go, crazy lady. At least your insanity is original.
Happy Thanksgiving. I am not going home for Thanksgiving to be with my family. I have many, many Trump supporters in my family, and I refuse to coddle them anymore. I have cut those people out of my life, and I've actually, it's interesting. I feel better that I did that. I don't feel worse for it. I feel better. I feel like there's more space in my heart for goodness because I don't have to compromise my values or my integrity for people that voted for a fascist, for people that voted for misogyny and racism and abject cruelty and xenophobia and mass concentration camps and deportation on a scale that is not necessary and based totally on hysteria and lies. Fears about trans people based totally on hysteria and lies. So we have to take dignity back, self-respect. I'm reclaiming self-respect. Happy Thanksgiving. I love you guys.
Your family would have felt hurt for sure, but it must have been fantastic to enjoy a family meal without your talking points. Merry Christmas, dude. I'm tired on your behalf, bro.
So I ran off to a trans sanctuary state, and it was -15 when I woke up this morning, and it is currently like -8 or 9. And I'm just kind of wondering why none of the trans sanctuary places are like where it's warm and nice. I worked hard on growing those boobs. Why can't I show them off? Whew.
Yes, this is exactly what most women spend their time worrying about. Cleavage-friendly temperature. Also, what is a trans sanctuary state?
When I tell you I'm f***ing pissed, I'm so f***ing mad. What the f*** are we gonna do for the next 4 years? My f***ing rent is gonna go down. F***ing gas is gonna go down. My f***ing groceries are gonna be cheaper. Abortion? Let's not even talk about that. Because that's still gonna be up to the states. Where it should have been. Y'all. Pray for me.
I almost groaned, then I giggled. Somebody get this lady an acting gig. We need better acting in our cringe Christmas movies.
If you've ever used Laken Riley's tragedy as a political talking point, you should be so f***ing ashamed of yourself, and that is absolutely deplorable. I just saw a video of a girl that I used to like and used to follow talking about how bad illegal immigration is, a whole fear-mongering speech with facts spewed out by Fox News pretty much, and then casually drops Laken Riley's name saying she should still be alive. Correct, she should still be alive. You know who else should still be alive? All of the children who were massacred in their classroom, all of the women that are unalived by an intimate partner every single year. You can't act like you give a shit when it fits your political agenda as just another talking point. I've been meaning to talk about this for a long time, but it especially hits harder that her dad came out and said he doesn't appreciate her being used as a political ploy and that it makes him very upset. And Trump won, and you're still using her tragedy to say undocumented people, bad, evil. You don't get to act like you give a you don't when you say thoughts and prayers at another mass unaliving in a school, especially when the facts say that undocumented immigrant crime is less than half of US born citizens crime, especially in homicide. What about this chart, huh? What should we do then? Should we kick all the white people out? All the white men out? This girl loves to talk about division. Then let's divide the men and the women, because the men are the violent people in our society. What? What are you talking about? There's no underlying factor whatever side of the line that they were born on makes them more likely to commit a violent crime. That's not how it works, especially when you look at the facts. They're less likely to commit any sort of crime than an American-born citizen. The point is, these are horrific tragedies of real human beings, and they're not to be used in a political scheme. It's fear-mongering, it's disgusting, it's deplorable behavior, and I'm over it. I'm over it.
They commit less than half of crimes when compared to US-born citizens. I'm sorry, but that's not very good either. US citizens are way more than the illegal immigrants. So if your defense is less than half, you're dumb.
You know, I'm just laying here in thought. What has Donald Trump done since he has become president? He became president a little over a month ago when he beat Kamala Harris. And what has he done? What has he done, MAGA?
The first mistake was you laying in thought. That's one thing. Secondly, it seems like you're being serious. Were you dropped as a kid? Are you on something? Is this your natural intellect?
I did not know Jill Biden can go this petty, okay? She went petty. Let me know if Jill Biden is mocking Kamala Harris, okay? Let me know in the comments.
That you all feel that sense of
peace and light, and that just for a moment when you leave here today that you feel, I don't know, a sense of joy. Because I think we all need this, we all need to feel joy now during this time of the season, during this time. So anyway, okay, now I'll start.
Absolutely diabolical. Speaking of joy,
these are the people who say the undocumented, who they get to call illegal immigrants, like the Pilgrims had permission to come here, have to suffer the consequences of their actions, right? They made the choice to overstay their visas or come into our country illegally, so if they get deported, consequences. But you right-wingers shouldn't have to suffer the consequences of your votes? You don't want to be around me because I voted for fascism. No fair. I'm coughing on you with COVID, but you want me to wear a mask for your safety? No fair. My body, my choice. Well, here's an alternative thought. Make your own dinner, MAGA. Make your own sandwiches. Wipe your own tears. Troll amongst yourselves with Elon and leave us alone. You got your heart's desire, the president you dreamed of, and worship instead of Jesus. And this time, you didn't even have to storm the Capitol, smash the windows, or try to kill police officers or issue death threats to poll workers. See, you did it just by voting this time. Congrats. You got your way. And he even got away with breaking the law. Yay. But if you expect the 73 million who voted for the prosecutor, not the felon, and particularly the 92% of black women who voted for Kamala to give you a cookie for your vote, a trophy, a hug, a high five, you might be asking too much. If we want to eat with you, we will. But if we just want some peace over the holidays and we don't want to put up with your trolling while we eat our tofurkey, get over it. Stop acting like we owe you. And for God's sakes, stop whining. It's embarrassing. Our Thanksgiving, our choice.
Keep up the energy for Christmas too. Let's hear from this degenerate Canadian.
Dear Americans, from a Canadian working in a tourist province in the service industry, if you voted for Trump, you are not welcome here. Stay out of our country. If you voted for Kamala Harris, please wear a pin that says so as you travel through our country. Because when you introduce yourself as American, you will now be looked upon with distrust and disdain. Okay? You've played your hand. Your country has shown where its beliefs lie, and that is in hate and disgust. And so if you're traveling through Canada or every other part of the world and you did vote Waltz, you did vote Kamala, please wear a pin. Show the world where you stand, that you're actually a decent human being. Because unfortunately, there's an over 50% chance that you are an awful human being.
Now you kind of know who supports Trudeau, even though Canada is literally trash.
What if all of this is for a reason? Because the loyal followers, the alt-right, the people who didn't vote, the people who didn't want to get involved, voted for wrong reasons, whatever. The whole oh, this is their lesson to learn. What if that's the point? What if they're supposed to be watching the chaos? They're supposed to have this feeling of wait a second, this person I trusted is lying to me. Wait a second. They're supposed to feel the discomfort that we've been feeling for years. I think it kind of goes back to the whole, you cannot build a new house on an old cracked foundation. We cannot just be oh, nope, he's not gonna be the president and she's in overnight. There has to be things in between for the other people to realize. So yeah, I think we're in the process of digging up that old cracked foundation. The construction crews outside, they're ready to build the new house, but Demo's gotta finish their work.
Okay, so now there's a bigger reason for your candidate being completely incompetent, of course. Start burning your sage and rubbing your crystals, I guess.
If any of my queer followers are afraid for their safety of their families, please contact me. I'm happy to perform a marriage to keep your family safe and connected over whatever is going to happen in the next 4 years.
I'm sorry, but did you die between 2016 to 2020? Keep their families safe. How about keeping their families sane?
Guys, I just voted, and I chose family.
Let's end this reign of terror now.
I chose family, I chose women, I chose America. I love you.
Moving on. I'm moving on. We're moving on.
I love all of this. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Well, that must have been embarrassing, and the editing is crazy, I can't lie. Nice top, sissy. This is funny. I can't find any more bald videos. Please don't tell me the regret has started to kick in.
We
the people, okay? We have executive order coming out 13848, right? It's going to be implemented. It's been out. Donald Trump helped create it. And it's going to come back to bite him in the ass, because it does is it says how we have to proceed when we realize that there has been outside interference in our elections. There definitely has. They're going to reveal that on the 20th of December, because 45 days from November 6th brings us to December 20th, which is 6 days from today. So this coming Friday. So have a great weekend. Do your laundry, hang your stuff out if you can, change the sheets to your bed, grocery shopping, get everything set up, go to church tomorrow or don't, pray at home, hold hands, love the ones you're with, be good to yourselves, and let's get our country back, right? Next week, the Friday, I have a feeling this executive order 13848 will be implemented, and if not, a month from then, December 20th to January 20th, the day of the inauguration, we, the people, are going to have to show up in Washington and have this guy step down.
Who is the puppet master? Honestly, he's doing a phenomenal job.
This is all for my Republican girlies that voted red and voted for Donald Trump. What doing on the internet? Shouldn't you be in the kitchen baking some bread from scratch and tending to children, washing some man's dirty underpants? Why are you on the internet? Very quiet on the whole western front of this busted ass country. Sincerely, what are you doing on the internet? Shouldn't you be reading some passage from the Bible about how women should tend to their man's whatever? For real, get off the internet.
Oh, I spy with my little eye misogyny. And of course your head is shaved. I'm gonna take a breather and be back soon. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next one.